evening, everyone, and welcome to Southern University at New Orleans, homecoming coronation of Miss Southern University at New Orleans, IDANIA SUAZO. As we get started, I'm going to take this opportunity to introduce to some and present to others our mistress and master of ceremonies. I'll start with the mistress of ceremony, Mrs. Corinne Shelton. Mrs. Shelton holds a BA degree in sociology with a minor in psychology from the University of New Orleans and a master's degree in counseling from Our Lady of Holy Cross College. Her specialization is marriage and family therapy. She is a nationally certified counselor and is a licensed professional counselor and supervisor. Also, Mrs. Shelton is an ordained and licensed minister at Firehouse Family Ministries and is married to Pastor Sherman Shelton, and they are proud parents of 3 children and 2 grandchildren. After 4 years of employment as a mental health counselor here at SUNO, Mrs. Shelton answered the call to pursue a full-time operation of her own business, Rock Solid Living Counseling and Services, LLC. In addition to providing professional counseling and intern supervision, Mrs. Shelton offers community workshops, serves as a consultant to local pastors, and travels nationally and internationally as a motivational speaker and a conference speaker. She is also the founder and director of Youth with a Purpose, Incorporated, Women of Worth, Rock Solid Marriage and Family Conferences, and United We Stand Ministries. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give a warm welcome to your mistress of ceremony, Mrs. Corinne Shelton. Your master of ceremony for this evening is Mr. Eddie Francis. Mr. Francis is a public relations, mass communication professional who was born and raised here in New Orleans. He serves as the Director of Public Relations here at SUNO and can be heard every weekend on Q93 Radio's Real Talk, as well as FM 98.5 WYLD Sunday Journal. Eddie says that he is speaker born, and I do believe that he is just that. Mr. Francis has more than 23 years of experience in broadcasting with a degree in communications from Loyola University. In 2000, he was selected as one of the Crescent City's 30 People to Watch by New Orleans Magazine, and in 2011, he won the Press Club of New Orleans Excellence and Broadcasting Award for Best Radio Entertainment Feature for his more than excellent interview with a survivor of the 1994 Rwandan genocide. As a public speaker, veteran of nearly 25 years, Eddie has spoken to more than 250,000 people in 28 states about career preparation, communication skills, and leadership. He is a proud member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, and also a proud father of a 7-year-old son, Stephen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's also give our master of ceremony a warm welcome. And there you have it. My job is done right now.
Well, good evening, everyone. I am honored to serve along with Eddie Francis this evening as your Mistress of Ceremonies. I hope that you all are excited to be in the presence of royalty tonight. Are you? There you go. But we plan to have a lovely evening because we're going to be crowning a queen. And I don't know about you, but I think we all have a little bit of royalty on the inside of us. How about you? I think we all have a little bit of that in us. So we can sit back and vicariously watch her be crowned while celebrating the inner royalty that's within all of us. We are happy to be here. I'm happy to serve with Mr. Eddie Francis tonight. And I'm happy to be back at SUNO. SUNO is a family. And when I came to SUNO, I was embraced very wholeheartedly. And I'm glad to come back anytime that I'm asked to help in any way that I can. So I'm happy to be here with you this evening. How about you, Eddie?
I'm very happy this evening to co-MC this event with you, Ms. Shelton, most definitely. And more than anything else, it is an honor to be able to MC this sort of event at Southern University at New Orleans. As you know, right after Katrina, we had to move this coronation elsewhere. But ever since, the coronation has been back here in the University Gymnasium, which we all affectionately call the castle. It has truly been a castle every year that we have done the coronation here. Up front, we're definitely going to thank them at the end, but up front, I would like for us to give a round of applause to the coronation committee, or the homecoming committee, I should say, especially our student leadership that's been involved in all of the arrangements. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for them, please. And so we're very happy to have you here tonight. We are definitely happy to have family and friends here. We're definitely happy to have faculty and staff, but mostly we're happy to have our students here as well, especially our student leadership. And then later on, we'll be more than happy to let you reminisce when we introduce you to the past Miss Sunos who are in the house tonight. But we're not gonna tell you who's here just yet. You're going to see who they are in just a little bit. Without further ado, I think that we are ready to get things going with Homecoming Coronation 2011, Southern University at New Orleans. Welcome.
We're ready for first call.
Ladies and gentlemen, to get things going for this evening's coronation, we would like to introduce you to officials from the Southern University system, starting with the chairman of the Southern University System Board of Supervisors, who is not quite here yet. Okay, starting with, tell you what.
Byron C. Williams.
There we go. We're gonna start with Mr. Byron C. Williams, Executive Counsel to the System President, Dr. Ron Mason.
Dr. Victor Upolo.
Dr. Victor Upolo, the Chancellor of Southern University at New Orleans, and his lovely wife, Dr. Fawn Upolo.
Dr. Donna Grant.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Donna Grant serves as Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs and Enrollment Services. This evening, she is escorted by Mr. Dennis Anderson. Welcome, Mr. Anderson.
Dr. David Adeboye.
Dr. David Adeboye serves us here at Southern University at New Orleans as the Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. Tonight, he is joined by his charming wife, Mrs. Esther Adeboye.
Mr. Woody White and Mrs. Gloria B. Moultrie.
Mr. Woody White serves as Vice Chancellor for Administration and Finance. Along with him is Mrs. Gloria Bartley Moultrie, Vice Chancellor for Community Outreach and University Advancement.
Dr. Henry Makoso.
Dr. Henry Makoso is the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, of course, here at Southern University at New Orleans.
Dr. Joseph Bowie.
Dr. Joseph Bowie, not only is he a professor in the School of Social Work, but he is president of the Faculty Senate and a former chancellor of Southern University at New Orleans.
Dr. Cynthia Honoré Collins.
Dr. Cynthia Honoré Collins serves as president of the Southern University at New Orleans Alumni Association.
Miss Shawanda Howard.
Ms. Shawanda Howard was not only the chair of the Homecoming Committee, but she is also the director of student activities.
Miss Pamela Bentley.
Miss Pamela Bentley is a former Miss SUNO. Well, she was also the rehearsal coordinator, affectionately known as the one who cracked the whip during the waltz rehearsals. And of course, Dr. Brenda Wesley Jackson. She serves as the Home Committee co-chair, and she is the director of our Title III programs. Ladies and gentlemen, leadership of Southern University at New Orleans, please give them a round of applause. And of course, our representatives from the Southern University system as well. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to present you the organizational and departmental sweethearts of Southern University at New Orleans.
Second call. Miss Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Presenting Miss Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, April Victoria Johnson. The very pretty Miss Johnson is a junior majoring in public administration, and she is the daughter of Mr. Alvin and Mrs. Cynthia Joseph Johnson. After graduating from SUNO, Ms. Johnson plans to attend law school and later to become a judge. Ms. Alpha Kappa Alpha is being escorted by Mr. Marlon DeFillo Jr., a senior who is also majoring in public administration. Mr. DeFillo is the son of Mr. Marlon DeFillo Sr. and Mrs. Rachel DeFillo. Upon obtaining his undergraduate degree, Mr. DeFillo aspires to become a firefighter. Introducing April Victoria Johnson, Miss Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Miss Biology.
Presenting Miss Biology, Rodnika Marie Traynor. The charming Miss Traynor is a junior majoring in biology. Her career goal is to become a registered nurse. Miss Biology is escorted by Mr. Darrell Jerome Hayward. Mr. Hayward is also a junior majoring in biology. His career plans are to become a biomechanical engineer with an emphasis on advanced robotics. Introducing Miss Rodnika Marie Traynor, Miss Biology.
Miss Cheerleader.
Presenting Miss Cheerleader, Morgan Lene Douglas. The stunning Miss Douglas is a junior from Slidell, Louisiana, majoring in public administration. Upon graduating from SUNO, Miss Douglas plans to become an officer in the United States Navy. Her favorite Bible verse and the one she lives by is Philippians 4:13, which says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Miss Cheerleader is being escorted by Mr. Joshua Rubin Bluford. Mr. Bluford is a sophomore majoring in health information management systems. His plans include a career in health information management systems, followed by a career in filmmaking. Mr. Bluford's inspirational quote is Matthew 6:33. "Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all of these things shall be added unto you." Introducing Morgan Lene Douglas, Miss Cheerleader.
Miss Criminal Justice.
Presenting Miss Criminal Justice, Karshanda Armani Goffner. Miss Goffner is the wonderful daughter of Miss Cheryl Goffner. Upon graduating with a degree in criminal justice, Ms. Goffner plans to become a crime scene investigator and later to open her own hair salon. Ms. Criminal Justice is being escorted by Mr. Tommy Denson. A native of Dallas, Texas, Mr. Denson is the son of Mr. James and Mrs. Rhonda Denson. Upon obtaining his degree in criminal justice, Mr. Denson plans to pursue a career in law enforcement. Introducing Karshanda Armand Goffner, Miss Criminal Justice.
Miss Delta Sigma Theta.
Presenting Miss Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Tiffany Chantrell Polk. Miss Polk is a gorgeous senior majoring in Management Information Systems. Her career goals are to become a network system administrator and to obtain certifications in information technology. Tiffany believes that people remember more how you made them feel rather than what you have done for them. Miss Delta Sigma Theta is being escorted by Mr. Melvin J. Davis. Mr. Davis is a senior majoring in mathematics, civil engineering. His career goals include owning and operating a private engineering corporation. Mr. Davis is also the president of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Introducing Tiffany Chantrell Polk, Miss Delta Sigma Theta.
Miss Education.
Presenting Miss Education, Glenielle A. Paul. The lovely Ms. Paul, a junior child development and family studies major, is the daughter of Mr. Glenn and Mrs. Karen Paul. After receiving her bachelor's degree, Glenielle plans to open her own quality daycare center. She also loves baking and therefore plans to own a bakery someday. Miss Education is being escorted by Mr. Olakunle Orogboro. Mr. Orogboro is a native of Boston, Massachusetts, and he's the son of Mr. Michael Orogboro and Ms. Tommy Highsmith. Mr. Orogboro is a sophomore majoring in elementary education. Introducing Glenielle A. Paul, Miss Education.
Miss First 50 Nights.
Presenting Miss First 50 Nights, Ashley M. Bridges. The ebullient Ms. Bridges is a senior majoring in child development and family studies, and she is the daughter of Ms. Janice Bridges. Ms. Bridges looks forward with great enthusiasm to being a teacher. Ms. First 50 Nights is being escorted by Mr. Willie Lee Morgan. Mr. Morgan is a senior majoring in criminal justice and substance abuse counseling. He is the son of Ms. Betty Morgan and Mr. Willie Sibley. Mr. Morgan's goals are to join Teach for America while obtaining his master's degree in criminal justice. Once he earns his master's, Mr. Morgan intends to go to law school. Introducing Ashley M. Bridges, Miss First 50 Nights.
Miss Health Information Management.
Presenting Ms. Health Information Management Systems, Benicia L. Russell. Ms. Russell is the delightful daughter of Ms. Lori Russell. She's a sophomore majoring in Health Information Management Systems, also known to us as HIMSS. Her plans are to earn her master's degree in HIMSS, open her own practice, and later become a HIMSS consultant. Ms. Health Information Management Systems is escorted by Mr. Kenneth Smith, Jr. Mr. Smith is a son of Mr. Kenneth and Mrs. Frances Smith. He is a sophomore who is also a health information management systems major. Mr. Smith's immediate goal upon graduation is to become a health information manager. Introducing Benicia L. Russell, Miss Health Information Management Systems.
Miss History.
Presenting Miss History, Adrian K. Millette. The alluring Miss Millette is a lifelong resident of Marrero, Louisiana, and she is a senior history major. She's the daughter of Mr. Calvin and Mrs. Yvonne Millette. Ms. Millette aspires to be a history teacher at the secondary education level. Ms. History is being escorted by Mr. Laurent Mathau. Mr. Mathau is a sophomore majoring in mathematics. He is the son of Mr. Kevin and Mrs. Anna Mathau, and his plans after graduation include running a nonprofit organization that helps disenfranchised people to deal with stress. I'll be your first customer. Introducing Adrian K. Millette, Miss History.
Miss Library.
Presenting Miss Library, Jasmine A. Smith. A major in social work, the classy Miss Smith is the daughter of Miss Japonder Smith. Miss Smith's plans are to become a social worker and to work with children. Miss Library is being escorted by Mr. Chauncey Phillips. Mr. Phillips is a criminal justice major. His career goals are to become a crime scene investigator and a professional photographer. Introducing Jasmine A. Smith, Miss Library.
Miss Management Information Systems.
Presenting Miss Management Information Systems, Miss Trudy Ann Williams. The enchanting Miss Williams is a native of Kingston, Jamaica, and the daughter of Mr. Glenroy and Mrs. Nadine Williams. Miss Williams is a junior majoring in Management Information Systems and she is also an all-conference distance runner on the university's track and field and cross-country teams. She plans to start off her career as an information technology specialist. Her favorite scripture is Psalms chapter 91, and she likes that scripture because it speaks of the protection of the Lord over her life. Miss Management Information Systems is escorted by Mr. Troy Kent Jr. Mr. Kent of Marrero, Louisiana, is a sophomore majoring in business entrepreneurship. He is the son of Mr. Troy L. Kent Sr. and Mrs. Raynette P. Kent. Mr. Kent plans to go into business as a hotel owner and operator. Introducing Trudy Ann Williams, Miss Management Information Systems.
We're going to take a slight pause right here, and we're going to let some people who are standing out come in, as well as to introduce the Honorable Darren Meyer, Chairman of the Southern University Board of Supervisors. Miss Mathematics.
Presenting Miss Mathematics, Datoya M. Jones. The delightful Miss Jones is a junior majoring in mathematics. She is the daughter of Mr. Sterling A. Jones. Miss Jones plans to one day become a college professor in mathematics. Miss Mathematics is being escorted by Mr. Charles Elwa III. He is the son of Mrs. Danita and Mr. Charles Elwa Jr. Mr. Elwa is a senior, also majoring in mathematics, and plans to obtain his PhD in mathematics before becoming a college professor. Introducing Datoya M. Jones, Miss Mathematics.
Miss Observer.
Presenting Miss Observer, Wyishka Monique Jackson. Miss Jackson is a splendid sophomore majoring in social work. She is the daughter of Mrs. Irma and Mr. Tyrone Dillon. Miss Jackson's career goal is to open a nonprofit organization that caters to our community's needs. Miss Observer is being escorted by Mr. Darrell Phillips. Mr. Phillips is a senior majoring in management information systems and the older brother of Mr. Chauncey Phillips. His career goals are to start a hospital for the poor and to start 2 FM radio stations in the New Orleans area. Introducing Wyishka Monique Jackson, Miss Observer.
Miss Sai Kai.
Presenting Miss Sai Kai, Angèle Dominique DeBon. A senior psychology major, Miss DeBon is the daughter of Mr. Darrell DeBon Jarvis and Mr. John Jarvis. Upon receiving her bachelor's degree, Ms. DeBon plans to obtain her master's degree in health psychology. Her career goals are to open a fitness facility and to compete professionally at women's figure competitions across the country. Ms. Sai-Kai is being escorted by Mr. Ronald Christie. Mr. Christie is a senior pursuing a dual degree in psychology and biology. He is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Singleton. Mr. Christie is president of the Psychology Club and a member of 3 other student organizations. Mr. Christie plans to attend medical school to become a psychiatrist. Introducing Angèle Dominique DeBon, Miss Sai-Kai. And before we move on to the next sweetheart, I'd like to give my apologies to Mr. and Mrs. Jarvis. As a parent myself, I would be outraged if I were called Mr. Jarvis, Mrs. Jarvis, so I apologize. Mrs. Darrell DeBon Jarvis is our sweetheart's mother, and Mr. John Jarvis is her father. Thank you.
Miss Psychology.
Presenting Miss Psychology Club, Rian S. Bird. Miss Bird is the dazzling daughter of Mr. Ray and Mrs. Regina Bird. After receiving her bachelor's degree in psychology, Ms. Bird plans to obtain a Master of Business Administration. She also plans to open a nonprofit organization for women and teenagers. Miss Psychology is being escorted by Mr. Christopher Martinez. Mr. Martinez, also a psychology major, is the son of Mr. Anthony and Mrs. Christina Martinez. Introducing Rian S. Bird, Miss Psychology Club.
Miss Public Administration.
Presenting Miss Public Administration, Sherlina Elizabeth Roach. The delightful Miss Roach is the daughter of Miss Claudia Leon and the late Mr. Jerry Roach. After obtaining her bachelor's degree, the senior public administration major plans to pursue her master's degree in public policy and administration, followed by a doctorate degree. Her goal is to one day serve as a legislator in Washington, D.C. Ms. Public Administration is escorted by Mr. Justin Williams. Mr. Williams is also a public administration major, and he is the son of Ms. Pamela Williams. He plans to pursue a doctorate degree and work for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Sherlina Elizabeth Roach, Ms. Public Administration.
Miss Residential Life.
Presenting Miss Residential Life, Mydia D. Givens. Ms. Givens, an astounding freshman psychology major, is a daughter of Ms. Delise Dobard and Mr. Michael Givens. Mydia plans to pursue her master's degree from Southern University and A&M College, then move back to her birthplace, Georgia, where she wants to start her career. Ms. Residential Life is being escorted by Mr. Christopher Smith. Mr. Smith, who hails from Houston, Texas, is a sophomore majoring in biology. He is the son of Mr. Lyndon and Mrs. Lisa Smith. Mr. Smith plans to obtain advanced degrees in biology, chemistry, and medicine before furthering his career in anesthesia. Introducing Mydia D. Givens, Miss Residential Life.
Miss Royal Jewel.
Presenting Miss Royal Jules, Felicia Geraldine Spencer. The radiant Miss Spencer is the daughter of Miss Carolyn Spencer and Mr. Alvin Jackson. Upon obtaining her degree in biology, she plans to continue her education in order to become a sports physician. Ms. Royal Jules is being escorted by Mr. Gary Frazier. Mr. Frazier is from Starksville, Mississippi, and is majoring in criminal justice. He is the son of Ms. Mary Frazier and Mr. Gary Spears. Mr. Frazier plans to become a criminal investigator. Introducing Felicia Geraldine Spencer, Miss Royal Jules.
Miss School of Social Work, BSW.
Presenting Miss School of Social Work, Bachelor of Social Work, Latoya Estelle Green. The refreshing Miss Green is a senior social work major, and she is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Green. Ms. Green's plans are to pursue her Master of Social Work while working for the Department of Children and Family Services. Ms. Bachelor of Social Work is being escorted by Mr. Quentin David Spencer. Mr. Spencer is also pursuing his Bachelor of Social Work. He is the son of Mrs. Tanya Spencer, and he plans to pursue his Master of Social Work while working for the Department of Children and Family Services as well. Introducing Latoya Estelle Green, Miss Social Work, Bachelor of Social Work.
Miss Spacer.
Introducing, presenting, I should say, Miss Students for the Prevention and Education of Substance Abuse, also known as SPACEA, Natasha K. Brown. Ms. Brown is a magnificent psychology major and the daughter of Mrs. Deandra and Ms. Deandra and Mr. Milton Carr. Natasha plans to obtain her Master of Social Work and start a practice focusing mainly on adolescents. Ms. Spacer is being escorted by Mr. Brian Ulmer. Brian is a psychology and substance abuse counseling major and is the son of the late Ms. Willina Hedden and Mr. James Ulmer. Mr. Ulmer's career goal is to own a national chain of self-help and mental health centers. Introducing Natasha K. Brown, Miss Students for the Prevention and Education of Substance Abuse.
Miss Student Activities.
Presenting Miss Student Activities, Javelin Dominique Session. The Divine Miss Session is a sophomore early childhood education major. Her plans are to teach at a private, Catholic, or Christian school. Miss Session's parents are Mr. John and Mrs. Juanita Session and Mr. Rahman and Mrs. Leslie Martin. Miss Student Activities is being escorted by Mr. Justin Hawkins. Mr. Hawkins is a native of Atlanta, Georgia, and majoring in business entrepreneurship. He is a junior and the son of Mrs. Gwen Meredith and Mr. Richard Hawkins. Mr. Hawkins' plans upon receiving his undergraduate degree are to earn his Juris Doctorate from the Southern University Law Center and eventually to become a senator or representative here in Louisiana. Introducing Javelin Dominique Session, Miss Student Activities.
Miss Student Support Services.
Presenting Miss Student Support Services, Rikia Salmon. The superb Miss Salmon is a junior pursuing her degree in biology. Her plans are to attend dental school and to become an orthodontist or to focus on forensic dentistry. Miss Student Support Services is being escorted by Mr. Corbin Burns. Mr. Burns is a sophomore pursuing a dual major in English and biology. His career goals include becoming a veterinarian and a radio personality. Introducing Rikia Salmon, Miss Student Support Services.
Miss Veteran Affairs.
In presenting Miss Veteran Affairs, Kayla Brooken. Miss Brooken, a fair sophomore pursuing her degree in biology, wants to become a registered nurse and to open a nursing home. She is the daughter of Mr. Marzette and Mrs. Karen Brooken. Miss Veterans Affairs is being escorted by Mr. Ryan Thomas. Mr. Thomas is a junior history major, and he is the son of Miss Cynthia Thomas. After he earns his degree from Southern University at New Orleans, Mr. Thomas plans to attend law school where he wants to study international law. Introducing Kayla Brooken, Miss Veterans Affairs.
Miss Zeta Phi Beta.
Presenting Miss Zeta Phi Beta, Latasha E. Manuel. The adorable Miss Manuel is a junior majoring in criminal justice. She is the daughter of Mr. Leonard J. Flott and Miss Willie Mae Manuel. She is the vice president of Zeta Beta chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority. After graduation, she plans to pursue a career in probation and parole, where she feels rehabilitation is one of the major keys to having a successful justice system. Miss Zeta Phi Beta is being escorted by Mr. Marquise J. Riley, Sr. Mr. Riley is a junior from Violet, Louisiana, majoring in elementary education. Mr. Riley's goal is to become an outstanding and inspirational teacher. He believes that teaching is about the impact and not about the kickback. Introducing Latasha E. Manuel, Miss Zeta Phi Beta.
And ladies and gentlemen, while we have the opportunity right now, I would like to introduce you to our Associate Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Attorney Wesley Bishop, who was able to join us this evening. Thank you very much, Mr. Bishop, and also Louisiana State Representative.
Okay, we're just about ready for the third call. Ms. Freshman, Southern University, Shreveport.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the Royal Court of Southern University at Shreveport. Ms. Freshman is the elegant Talon Jabre Stearns. Ms. Stearns is a biology major from Carlsbad, Mexico. She is the daughter of Mrs. Trina and Mr. Ryan Stearns. Ms. Freshman is being escorted by Mr. James Christopher Morris. Mr. Morris is a sociology major from Shreveport, Louisiana, and he is the son of Mr. Harry and Mrs. Sharon Morris. Mr. Morris is an active member of the Student Government Association and plans to seek a career in law enforcement once he graduates. Presenting Ms. Freshman, Southern University at Shreveport, Talon Jabre Stearns.
Ms. Sophomore.
Ms. Sophomore is the charming Jalicia Shantae Danielle. Ms. Daniel, I should say, is a radiology major from Shreveport, Louisiana. She is the daughter of Ms. Lisa Jones and Mr. Tilden O'Neill Daniel. Ms. Daniel's plans are to become an ultrasound technician. Ms. Sophomore is being escorted by Mr. Bryce Lattin. Mr. Lattin is a freshman majoring in dental hygiene, and he is the son of Mrs. Ivy and Mr. Ken Lattin. Presenting Ms. Sophomore, Southern University at Shreveport, Jalicia Shantae Daniel.
Ms. Southern University at Shreveport.
Presenting Miss Southern University at Shreveport, Jean-Shanique LaChantenay Taylor. This beautiful queen is a native of Mansfield, Louisiana, and she is pursuing a degree in pediatric nursing. Miss Taylor is a daughter of Miss Gwenda Y. Taylor and Mr. Eugene Brown. Ms. Taylor plans to advance in the field of nursing by taking the initiative to do her job to the very best of her ability and to give that extra help to those who are less fortunate. Miss Southern University at Shreveport is being escorted by Mr. Kamal D. Pickens. Mr. Pickens is from Homer, Louisiana, majoring in business management. He is the son of Ethel Jackson. And Mr. Pickens is an active member of the Student Government Association and plans to one day become a manager and owner of his own business. Presenting Miss Southern University at Shreveport, Ms. Jean-Shanique LaChantenay Taylor.
Southern University at Baton Rouge, royalty, Ms. Freshman.
Presenting the Royal Court of Southern University and A&M College. Presenting Miss Freshman, the beautiful Shanice May Sam. Miss Sam is a therapeutic recreation major from Maurice, Louisiana. She is the daughter of Mr. Cynic Baptiste and Mrs. Stephanie Boudreaux Sam. Upon graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in therapeutic recreation, Ms. Sam plans to attend a physical therapy school out of state. Her hobbies are dancing, singing, modeling, shopping, and simply putting a smile on someone's face. Ms. Freshman's escort is Mr. Shaquille Kennard Dillon. Mr. Dillon is a political science major from Franklinton, Louisiana. He is the son of Miss Nina Dion Dillon and Mr. Joe Fortenberry. In addition to serving as the Southern University Men's Federation president, he served as 2010-2011 sophomore class president, T.J. Jemison Baptist Student Union vice president, and the Collegiate 100 Black Men of Southern University. Mr. Dillon plans to further his education by obtaining a master's degree in educational leadership. His hobbies are mentoring, traveling, and changing the world. Presenting Miss Shanice May Sam, Miss Freshman, Southern University and A&M College.
Miss Sophomore.
Presenting Miss Sophomore, the charming Ayanna Celeste Spivey. Miss Spivey is a social work major from Moreno Valley, California. She is the daughter of Miss Lisa R. Remsen and Mr. George P. Spivey III. Her continuing education plans are to attend Howard University and to receive a PhD in social work. Her hobbies are singing, dancing, and poetry. Miss Sophomore's escort is Mr. Stephen Raphael Lewis. Stephen, a native of Shreveport, Louisiana, is majoring in nursing. He is the son of Mr. Paul and Mrs. Noah Lewis. In addition to serving as sophomore class president, Mr. Lewis is an active member of the Collegiate 100 Black Men of Southern University, the Men's Federation, and vice president of the Honors Student Association. His plans after receiving his bachelor's degree are to receive his master's degree, to become a nurse anesthetist, and to get married and to raise 3 beautiful kids in Houston, Texas. His hobbies include being with friends, working out, and playing basketball. Presenting Ayanna Celeste Spivey, Miss Sophomore, Southern University and A&M College. Man with a plan.
Miss Junior.
Presenting Miss Junior, the delightful Jamila Dennis Castleberry. Miss Castleberry is a social work major from Bogalusa, Louisiana. She is the daughter of Mrs. Dora and Mr. Carl Jones. Jamila is a member of the Student Government Association, the Collegiate 100 Black Women of Southern University, the Social Work Action Club, and executive member of Up Till Dawn. After obtaining her bachelor's and master's degrees, Ms. Castleberry plans to open her own social work practice, working with underprivileged foster children. Her hobbies are shopping, singing, spending time with family and friends, dancing, and poetry writing. Ms. Junior is escorted by Mr. Bryson Michael Alexander. Mr. Alexander is from Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, and is majoring in political science. He is the son of Mr. Herman Alexander and Ms. Priscilla Benoit. In addition to serving as junior class president, Bryson is a member to local students, he's a mentor to local students, vice president for the Martin Luther King Catholic Student Center, president of the Beta Sigma chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, and a midshipman for the U.S. Navy ROTC. Mr. Alexander will be commissioned as a U.S. naval officer in 2013, and he will work as a surface warfare officer for the United States Navy. His future plans include receiving a law degree while working full-time for the Navy, where he plans to later become a naval JAG officer. Mr. Alexander's hobbies include swimming, zydeco dancing, sleeping, and visiting with family and friends. Presenting Miss Jamila Denise Castleberry, Miss Junior, Southern University and A&M College.
Miss Senior.
Presenting Miss Senior, the adorable Amber Renee Jarrell. Miss Jarrell is a biology major from Baker, Louisiana, and she is the daughter of Mr. Wardell and Mrs. Onita Jarrell. Miss Jarrell is a member of Collegiate 100 Black Women of Southern University, Beta Kappa Chi, the National Institute of Science, and a volunteer at Women's Hospital. Her career goals are to become a pediatrician and work with children. Her hobbies are dancing and playing the piano. Miss Senior is escorted by Mr. Willie Mays Smith, Jr., Senior Class President, also from Baker, Louisiana. Mr. Smith is a computer science major and the son of Mr. Willie and Mrs. Eloise Ricks Smith. He plans to obtain a master's degree in computer engineering and to work for NASA. Mr. Smith's hobbies include fixing computers and hanging with friends. Presenting Miss Amber Renee Jarrell, Miss Senior, Southern University and A&M College.
Miss Southern University at Baton Rouge, Louisiana, is being escorted by Mr. Jonas Vanderbilt, who is a coordinator of student programs. Miss Southern University at Baton Rouge.
Okay. Miss Southern University at Baton Rouge. Presenting the enchanting Chisalu Paula Isiadenso. Miss Isiadenso is from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, majoring in political science. She is the 21-year-old daughter of Miss Latrice Isiadenso. Currently, she is a student in the Dolores Margaret Spikes Honors College, a Ronald E. McNair Scholar, and is listed in Who's Who among American colleges and universities. Ms. Isiadenso plans to pursue the master's degree in business management and then a Juris Doctorate. Her strong faith and commitment is grounded in the scripture from Proverbs 3:6, often quoted by her loving grandmother, Mrs. Patricia Brown. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Miss Southern University is being escorted
Mr. Jonas Vanderbilt.
by Mr. Jonas Vanderbilt. Presenting Miss Chisalu Paula Isiodenso, Miss Southern University and A&M College.
We will be taking a slight pause.
We have some more guests arriving, so we will give them time to find a seat.
Southern University at New Orleans, Royal Court, Miss Freshman.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the 2011-2012 Royal Court of Southern University at New Orleans. Miss Freshman 2011 2012, is China Lindsay Emilian. Miss China Lindsay Emilian is a stunningly beautiful daughter of Pamela Emilian and the late Curtis Emilian Sr. She was born and raised in the heart of New Orleans. Miss Emilian is the youngest of 3 children and has always been treated as the Southern princess that she is. She is a proud Yellow Jacket, being a graduate of Xavier University Preparatory. After receiving her degree in biology from SUNO, she plans to attend medical school. Ms. Freshman's main goal is to become an OBGYN, for she has always had a passion for helping others. Ms. Emilian is also quite the social butterfly. She has an easygoing personality and enjoys hanging out, talking on the phone, spending time with friends, shopping, partying, movies, bowling, etc. Though she has a long journey ahead of her, it is a journey she welcomes indeed. Ms. Emilian has much courage and faith in anything and everything that she puts her mind to. Her favorite quote is, "It is he who has led me thus far, for he will not lead me astray." Ms. Freshman is being escorted by Mr. Darrell Tobias. Mr. Tobias was born and raised in New Orleans by his parents, Mr. A.J. and Mrs. Janet Tobias. A criminal justice major, he plans to one day become the mayor of the city of New Orleans and a CEO of a Fortune 500 corporation. Mr. Tobias' #1 goal is to always have a positive impact on the world. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Miss Freshman 2011-2012, Miss China Lindsay Emilian.
Miss Sophomore.
Miss Sophomore 2011-2012 is Miss Precious Kiwanda Howard Torregano. Miss Precious Kiwanda Howard Torregano is the beautiful and determined daughter of Miss Shawanda M. Howard and Mr. Albert M. Torregano. She is currently working on her bachelor's degree in psychology. Ms. Howard Torregano was in the homecoming court in her senior year at Assumption High School, where she also served in 5 clubs in 2 consecutive years. The 20-year-old has had the opportunity to student teach 4th and 5th graders at Gentilly Terrace Elementary School under the Volunteers of America program. And by the way, she enjoyed being called Ms. Howard. The summer program allowed her to experience joining many other clubs this year. Ms. Howard Torregano is currently working as administrative assistant in the Educational Talent Search program. And when she graduates from SUNO, she plans to attend graduate school for her Master of Social Work. When she reaches her peak of success, Ms. Howard Torregano plans to become a juvenile probation officer, as she feels everyone deserves a chance and encouraging words from someone who understands and cares. Ms. Howard Torregano would like to dedicate this night to the loving memory of her grandparents, Mrs. Shirley Mae Doucette Torregano and Mr. Big Albert M. Torregano Jr. May they continue to rest peacefully and watch over her while she continues to make them proud. Ms. Sophomore's favorite scripture is, "Wait patiently for the Lord. Be brave and courageous, and he shall strengthen thine heart." I say, wait patiently on the Lord. Psalms 27:14. Ms. Sophomore is being escorted by Mr. Brian Grant. Mr. Grant is a proud son of Ms. Patricia Grant and Mr. Ruben Mollett. He is a sophomore majoring in business entrepreneurship with a minor in political science. Mr. Grant is a very active student on campus. He is a member of the Student Government Association, where he serves as a sophomore class treasurer. He is also a staff writer for The Observer, our campus newspaper, a member of the First 50 Knights, and a member of Student Support Services. After graduation from Southern University at New Orleans, Mr. Grant plans to pursue a Master of Business Administration from Loyola University, New Orleans. He also plans to build his own franchise of Chick-fil-A restaurants in Chalmette, Louisiana. Mr. Grant enjoys working out, going out to eat, hanging out with his SGA family, student affairs, and his friends. He also spends quality time with his family on weekends. Mr. Grant's inspirational verse comes from Proverbs 11:28. He that trusts in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch. Presenting Miss Sophomore 2011-2012, Miss Precious Kiwanda Howard Torregano.
Miss Junior.
Miss Junior 2011-2012 is Miss Javon Michelle Cobb. Miss Cobb is the beautiful and youngest daughter of Jerry and Lisa Cobb. Miss Cobb is a child development and family studies major, and she hopes to one day be a school teacher and change the lives of all the children she will encounter. Ms. Cobb plans to one day own a chain of community centers that will speak to the hearts and minds of young children. Ms. Cobb grew up in a family of strong men and women who have instilled in her the attitude that she can do anything she sets her mind to. She currently volunteers at a local school in her community and reads to pre-K and kindergarten classes. Ms. Cobb wants to build a positive self-esteem in others because she knows that it is important in reaching anyone's success. She wants to show young people, especially young girls, that the sky is the limit. Ms. Cobb is always ready and willing to counsel and give guidance to young girls. She lets them know that they are powerful and that they have the ability to do whatever they set their minds to. Ms. Cobb has a passion to work with children because they are truly our future. Ms. Junior's favorite scripture is, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his ways." Psalms 37:23. Ms. Junior is being escorted by Mr. Torrance L. Thompson. Mr. Thompson is a health information management systems major from Tallahassee, Florida. He is the son of Mrs. Tammy and Mr. Ivy Lewis. Mr. Thompson plans to obtain his registered health information administrator credentials to be certified to work in the HIMSS department, and he also plans on entering the Doctor of Physical Therapy graduate program at Emory University in Atlanta. Mr. Thompson's motto is, "If you can't find a way, make a way." Presenting Ms. Junior 2011-2012, Ms. Javon Michelle Cobb.
Miss Senior.
Ms. Senior 2011-2012 is Alvanisha Alicia Ford. Ms. Ford is a proud daughter of Mr. Desire Ford and Mrs. Desire Ford and Mr. Alvin Johnson. She is a graduate of East St. John High School and is currently pursuing a degree in psychology with a minor in criminal justice. Ms. Ford is an honor roll student, a member of the Psychology Club, and the Psi Chi Honor Society. She also serves as a peer mentor to Southern University at New Orleans freshmen and sophomores, and takes great pride in being a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Zeta Theta chapter. Outside of campus life, Ms. Ford is a dedicated assistant manager at Big River Food and Fuel. She is a member of Choice International Family Outreach Center Church, where she serves as a liturgical dancer and sings in the church choir. Upon graduation, Ms. Ford plans to pursue a master's degree in counseling and to someday open up a nonprofit organization for teenage girls who are less fortunate than she was. Ms. Senior is being escorted by Mr. Kareem J. Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy, born in New Orleans, is the son of Ms. Marlene Kennedy. He is pursuing a degree in social work and serves as secretary of the Communication Club. Mr. Kennedy has a passion to create a social agency that will assist New Orleans youth with job training and equal opportunities. He hopes to create a legacy that empowers youth to be progressive, and he believes that training is nothing but will is everything. Presenting Miss Senior 2011-2012, Ms. Alvanisha Alicia Ford.
At this time, we'll introduce and present to some the former Miss Southern University at New Orleans homecoming queens, 1984 to 1985, Pamela Bentley. (1986 to 1987), Linda Dobart. 1988 to 1989, Cheryl Lejeune. 1995 to 1996, Erica T. Lawkins. 'Homecoming Queen from 1997 to 1998, Angela Marie Ellie. 2008-2009, Queen Forever, Jakia Clay. 2009 to 2010, Queen Nydia Hill.
'" Ladies and gentlemen, let's give all of our former queens another hand and thank them for being a part of the crowning of Miss SUNO 2011. Let's also give a very warm welcome to Miss Southern University at New Orleans, 2010-2011, Miss Lashina O. Haynes. We are preparing for the coronation call.
Queen Lashina O. Haynes.
Ms. Haynes is being escorted by Chancellor Victor Upolo. Lashina O. Haynes Parks graduated with a Bachelor of Social Work in May 2011. While at SUNO, she was recognized nationally with Who's Who among American colleges and universities and received numerous awards for her exceptionally high grade point average and special volunteer projects. In 2009 to 2010, Mrs. Haynes Parks served as Miss AKA, Executive Secretary for the Student Government Association, Vice President of the SUNO chapter of the National Pan-Hellenic Council, and in 2010 to 2011, she served as Secretary of the chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, as well as President of the Zeta Theta chapter. Miss SUNO 2010-2011 is currently enrolled at Tulane University in the Advanced Standing Master of Social Work program. Mrs. Haynes Parks plans to earn her certification in disaster relief so that she can help those in need worldwide. She is working at Resources for Human Development, which is a comprehensive nonprofit social service organization providing residential services for individuals with mental illness, intellectual and developmental disabilities, chemical addiction, as well as those who are homeless and in need of job training. In addition, RHD provides individualized quality assistance wherever the need exists. Mrs. Haynes is a registered social worker with the Louisiana Board of Social Work Examiners, and she is an active member of the Alpha Beta Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Mrs. Haynes Parks continues to mentor and tutor recovery school district students, and she plans to relocate to Chicago, her hometown, after receiving her Master of Social Work. There, she plans to develop a nonprofit agency that will assist at-risk youth in the inner city who are threatened with gang involvement. At her coronation last year, we were all surprised when Lashina's then-fiancé, Milton Parks Jr., proposed to her as she sat on her throne. We are delighted to announce they were married in May 2011 and are very happy together. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss SUNO 2010-2011, Lashina O. Haynes Parks.
Queen's attendants and royal train bearers. Cameron Christopher Frederick.
Cameron Christopher Frederick. Cameron is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Rivers Frederick III. He attends St. Pius Elementary School and is in the 4th grade. Cameron enjoys being with his older brothers, Rivers and Blair. His favorite activities include swimming, camping, kayaking, canoeing, wrestling, playing basketball, and football. Cameron's favorite subject in school is math.
Amir Jackson.
Amir Jackson. Amir is the son of Mrs. Keisha Emilian Jackson and the late Mr. Arthur Jackson IV. He attends St. Peter Claver Catholic School, and he is also in the 4th grade. Amir's favorite subject is mathematics. He is a true all-star. Amir enjoys every sport there is to play, but his favorite is football, and you can believe that, for he is a #1 Who Dat Saints fan.
Tamia Michelle Knox.
Tamia Michelle Knox. Tamia is the lovely daughter of Mrs. LaWanda and Mr. Harold Knox Sr. She is a 12-year-old and in the 7th grade at Gentilly Terrace Elementary School. Tia likes to dance and sing. She says she wants to be an actress when she grows up.
Jessica Page Wilson.
Jessica Page Wilson. Jessica is the beautiful daughter of Mrs. Renata and Mr. Terrence Wilson, Sr., and Miss Jennifer Jones. Jessica was a fun-loving and active baby. As a toddler, watching Teletubbies was her favorite pastime. Jessica attended City Head Start, where she became a social butterfly. Then she attended John Dilbert Elementary School, where she stayed until Hurricane Katrina, after which she attended Townsend Elementary School outside of Dallas, Texas. Upon her return from Texas, Jessica attended Benjamin Franklin until she graduated from the 6th grade. While there, she was an active cheerleader and left with the title of co-captain. Now in the 7th grade, she attends St. Mary's Academy, where she is a member of the volleyball team. Jessica was baptized on this past Sunday and really enjoys going to church and hanging out with her grandmother. Please give our Queen attendants and royal train bearers another hand.
Now for the moment we've all been waiting for, Miss Southern University at New Orleans.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is about that time to meet the new SUNO for 2011 and 2012, Miss IDANIA Suazo. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Her Majesty, the 2011-2012 Southern University at New Orleans Homecoming Queen, Ms. IDANIA Suazo. Ms. SUNO 2011-2012, IDANIA Suazo is the proud and only daughter of Mr. Natividad Suazo and Mrs. Josephina Suazo. She is a senior majoring in substance abuse counseling with a minor in psychology. Ms. Suazo was born in Honduras, Tegucigalpa, and her native language is Spanish. She belongs to the Garifuna culture. Ms. Suazo moved to the United States at the age of 15. And here she attended Warren Easton Senior High School, where she was a member of the soccer team. Now, not knowing very much English, she made a commitment to herself to learn at least one English word a day. After graduating from high school, Ms. Suazo felt that she needed to learn more English before attending any four-year university. Therefore, she enrolled in Delgado Community College, where she successfully completed the English as a second language program. And from there, she developed the desire to help other people who struggle with English the way she did. As a result of that determination, Ms. Suazo obtained a position with Healthy Start New Orleans as a Spanish translator, outreach worker, where she provided assistance to many others. And Psi Chi Honor Society. Ms. Suno is also a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Zeta Theta chapter. In May 2012, IDANIA will receive her undergraduate degree in substance abuse counseling and psychology. But her journey will not stop there. Immediately after graduation, she plans to re-enroll in the university's Master of Social Work program. Ms. Suno's future plans include receiving a doctorate degree and becoming the owner and operator of her own rehabilitation center for newly released detoxification patients. Her Majesty Queen Suazo is being escorted by Mr. Langston Terrell, or Terrell, I should say, President of the Student Government Association. Mr. Terrell, the son of Mr. Lawrence and Mrs. Gwendolyn Terrell, is a senior business entrepreneurship major who graduated from De La Salle High School here in New Orleans. While at Southern University at New Orleans, Mr. Terrell served as a former ambassador for the Thurgood Marshall College Fund, and he served as president of the Communication Club. Some of Mr. Terrell's future goals include obtaining a Master of Business Administration and a Juris Doctorate before becoming the CEO of a company. He also has his eyes on becoming a Hollywood actor. His favorite scripture is, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." Matthew 5:16. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me once again present and introduce to you Miss Southern University at New Orleans 2011-2012, Miss IDANIA Suazo. Being a queen is hard work. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, while we are crowning our queen, right now glasses are being passed around so that we may prepare to toast our queen. I think we have a crown. Yes, we do. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Southern University of New Orleans 2011-2012, Miss IDANIA Suazo. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our queen. Ladies and gentlemen, as the Queen begins her reign, I think our attendants deserve a round of applause too. They're doing an excellent job with a pretty big piece of fabric there. Excellent job. And as we can see, the Queen, Miss Uno, is very graceful in her presence tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you will agree with me that we have a very deserving queen tonight. As we listened to the story of her life, I was very impressed, and I'm sure that you were. Her life is a testament that with determination, hard work, and with a vision, you can do anything. This young lady spoke not a word of English and made a decision that she would study words every day until she had mastery of the language. I've spoken with her personally, and she does have mastery of the English language. Very special moment in the life of Queen Suazo as she makes her way to her throne.
And ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our Student Government Association President, Mr. Langston Terrell, who is an outstanding escort tonight, an outstanding partner as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we still have glasses that are being distributed before we do our toast. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, our band tonight, please give them a round of applause.
Thank you. How you doing, man? Music jazz. You got it going?
Ladies and gentlemen, for those who may not know, the band is being led by Mr. Michael Pierce, who is one of our instructors here at Southern University in New Orleans. So ladies and gentlemen, Michael Pierce and Friends is our music tonight.
Sullivan Dabney and the Music Jazz Band.
Okay, and Sullivan Dabney and the Music Jazz Band. All right, once again, a round of applause. And I think we are still working on getting some of the glasses around, but we can do the toast. So here to do our toast is the Chancellor of Southern University of New Orleans, Dr. Victor Upolo.
Good evening. I want to welcome everyone to the Queen's Nation, Southern University of New Orleans. Queen, this toast is for you. You are our first international queen, so Southern University is spreading around the world because of you. We promise to lead by your dedication, your commitment for success. We're going to follow your lead. And I'm pledging to you today that we are your subjects. Whatever you want us to do, we're going to have to do whatever you want us to do today. We wish you health and happiness throughout your life. And we are here to serve you. Hear, hear, Queen of SUNO. Hear, hear, Queen of SUNO. Now let's drink and empty the glasses. Thank you.
Once again, thank you very much, Dr. Upolo. And Queen Suazo, you might want to get that part about "we do what you say" in writing from the Chancellor.
Sit.
By request of our Queen, please enjoy this evening's entertainment, Honduran dance group Renovation 6. give the Honduran dance group Renovation 6 another hand. Thank you for performing to the pleasure of our Queen. One more round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Presentation of gifts.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now have the presentation of gifts to Miss Southern University at New Orleans. I will ask you to come as you are called. The Honorable Darren Meyer, Vice Chairman, Southern University Board of Supervisors. Mr. Byron C. Williams, Executive Counsel to the System President. Dr. Victor Upolo, Chancellor, Southern University at New Orleans. Dr. Donna Grant, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs and Enrollment Services. Dr. Henry Makoso, Dean, College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Joseph Bowie, Faculty Senate President. Dr. Cynthia Honore Collins, President, SUNO Alumni Association. Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Zeta Theta Chapter. Dr. Evelyn Harrell, Students for the Prevention and Education of Substance Abuse. I would now like to call for any others who may have a gift and would like to come up at this time to present a gift to Miss Suno.
Proclamations.
On behalf of Ms. Suno, we'd like to thank all of those who presented gifts tonight. And now we will call for proclamations. First, from the Office of the Governor, State of Louisiana.
Attorney Wesley Bishop, State Representative and Associate Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs.
Good evening. On behalf of several individuals, I'm making proclamations on this evening. First, on behalf of Governor Bobby Jindal, Governor of the great state of Louisiana, and it reads, in the name and by the authority of the state of Louisiana, I, Bobby Jindal, together with the people of this state, hereby give special recognition to Ms. IDANIA SUAZO in acknowledgement of being named Miss Southern University at New Orleans, Miss SUNO 2011. Proclamations that read similarly are also being presented on behalf of Mayor Mitch Landrieu, Mayor of the City of New Orleans, also on behalf of the New Orleans City Council at the request of Councilmember Cynthia Hedge-Morrell, signed by all 7 council members, Jacqueline Burknell-Carchin, Mr. Ernie Grandison, Councilwoman Susan Guidry, Councilwoman Stacey Head, Councilwoman Christian Gillison-Palmer, Councilwoman Cynthia Hedge-Morrell, and Councilman and also SUNO alum, Councilman John D. Johnson. And last, I will read a House of Representatives proclamation on behalf of the body that I have a chance to represent. On behalf of Mr. Austin Badon, State Representative, Mr. Jared Brossett, State Representative, Honorable Wesley T. Bishop, State Representative, and State Senator J.P. Morrell. We hereby extend heartiest congratulations and commendations to Ms. IDANIA Suazo. Congratulations on becoming the Miss Southern University at New Orleans 2011-2012.
Now we'll have a proclamation from the Honduras Council.
Good night. My name is Leonor Castro. I'm representing for Honduras Consulate here in New Orleans. It's a pleasure for us to give this certificate to Miss Southern University, IDANIA SUAZO. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. In honor of our Queen, the University Sweethearts and their escorts will perform the Royal Waltz. The Royal Waltz is a symbol of the dedication and tenacious spirit of the students of Southern University at New Orleans. Countless hours go into the perfection of this dazzling performance. The Sweethearts and their escorts will waltz to Anita Baker's Body and Soul. Special thanks to Miss Shawanda Howard, choreographer, and Miss Pamela Bentley, rehearsal coordinator.
Sweethearts, prepare for the Royal Waltz. Gentlemen, receive your sweethearts. You may now enter the dance floor.
Once again, a hand for our royal walls.
Can I say something about her birthday? Can I say something about her birthday? Can I say something about her birthday? Our sweethearts did a wonderful job, and we are so very proud of them. Let's give them another hand right now. Stunningly beautiful.
Sweethearts, you may now be seated.
At the rehearsal yesterday, I heard one of the young men say, "This has been the hardest 3 weeks of my life." And I was reminded that he was only talking about his experience, but there's a person in the room tonight who had to deal with his experience along with the experiences of every single person who is a sweetheart and who has an escort tonight. And that's Miss Shawanda Howard. Today is her birthday, and we just want to say a very special happy birthday to you. We pray God's blessings upon you and hope that you get to go out and celebrate after this to recoup. Happy birthday.
Now, once again, it was an excellent job. I don't know who was working a CD, but he's horrible. But anyway, the Queen requests that the following family members approach the throne to receive a token of her appreciation as well as special thanks. Miss Southern University and A&M College, Queen Shisulu Paula Isadinso, or Isiadinso, I should say. Miss Southern University of Shreveport, Queen Jean-Chanique Lachante Taylor, her mother, Mrs. Josephina Suazo, and the Chancellor's wife, Dr. Fawn Upolo. So she requests that the following people do approach the throne to receive a special token from her. Also, Queen IDANIA Suazo asks that all members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated join her in the center of the ballroom, please. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who may not be familiar, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated is one of 9 organizations known as the Divine Nine, one of 9 Black Greek letter organizations. And very proud to say that the fraternities and sororities here at Southern University in New Orleans are very supportive of one another. So once again, those are the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
We are coming to the end of our evening. I would like to call Ms. Shawanda Howard to the podium to make some acknowledgments.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to thank everyone here. Give yourselves a round of applause tonight. I'd like to thank all of you for coming out and supporting our homecoming queen in the royal court. Also, sweethearts, stand, take a bow. I'd like for you all to acknowledge the sweethearts, 2011, 2012. Thank you, sweethearts. Lovely job. Okay, the acknowledgments as far as the committee, myself, the chair choreographer, Ms. Howard Shawanda, Dr. Brenda Jackson, co-chair, raise your hand. As you call your name, stand, wave your hand. Pamela Bentley, rehearsal coordinator, stand, raise your hand. Okay, Dr. Donna Grant, Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs and Enrollment Services, ex officio. Also, Ms. Theta Blakes, stand, raise your hand, please. Ms. Michelle Bristol Long, thank you. Mr. Eddie Francis, Mistress of Ceremony also. Ms. Linda D. Fredericks, thank you. Ms. Crystal Jackson, my assistant in right hand. Where is she? Stand, raise your hand, Crystal. Ms. Kishelle Jones, stand, raise your hand, thank you. Mr. Joseph Marion. Ms. Yolanda Mims. Mrs. Gloria B. Moultrie. Mrs. Josephine Okoronkwo. Ms. Chandra Richardson. Also, we'd like to give some special acknowledgments to Mr. Peter Bonnet III, Raymond Bonnet, our photographer, Lisa Crenell, Cheyenne Kajak, Hashim, if I'm wrong, Marilyn Manuel of our purchasing department, Mike Meehan, our videographer, Ms. Corinne Shelton, Mistress of Ceremony, the Office of Disabled Students, my First 50 Nights, the Student Government Association, Sullivan Dabney, Mazik Jazz Band, SUNO's Lyceum Committee, Title III program. Also, I'd like to acknowledge our Comptroller's Office, our Administration and Finance Office also throughout the proceedings. Thank you.
And now for closing remarks, Dr. Victor Upolo and Dr. Donna Grant.
I guess we do tag team, huh?
That's right. Victor's going to sing.
Oh, yeah, right. I really want to thank everyone for coming out today. This is a very memorable time for us at the university. We are really growing every year, and this is getting better and better. Particularly, I want to thank the support that we're receiving from the chairman of the board, Darren Meyer. I can tell you that there's nothing we've asked him to do that is not done. He's been at this campus every time we ask him to be here. So from the bottom of our heart of the faculty, staff, and students, I want to thank you, Chairman, for being here today. Also, Byron C. Williams. I want to make sure I put the C there because you always tell me I got to say Byron C. Williams. I really appreciate your being here, supporting the president's office. He couldn't make it today, but we do have Byron here, who is gracious with his presence and appreciation. I was informed that the president is going to be here by himself tomorrow. It will be here to witness the parade that we're going to have. So you're going to be seeing the president here tomorrow. And in addition, the audience, I really want to thank you for coming out to support our students. This is for our students. This is what student life is about. We really need to support them so that they can have a good memory as they move on to join the workforce and improve in life. So thanks again for the support. And did I miss anything, leave anything out? Maybe you can close it out and do what you need to do.
Thank you, Dr. Upolo. Let's give our Chancellor and First Lady a round of applause for always supporting us.
Oh, wait a minute. That's what I left out, huh?
You're First Lady. That's right.
I'm in trouble now. Please help me welcome First Lady. I hope you got that, First Lady. I don't get in trouble when I get home.
So you owe me now for reminding you. But we want to thank Dr. Upolo and Dr. Fawn Upolo, the committee, and everyone who helped to make this evening a success. You know, a lot of work goes into, you see the finished product, but a lot of work goes into this for several weeks, you know, and we get stressed and you hope and pray that everything turns out okay, but the students did a wonderful job. Ms. Howard, Dr. Jackson, our MCs, and everyone, and I really, really thank them. Because when they do a good job, that helps me look good too as Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs, so, and our Chancellor. And we really, really do thank you for coming out because we know everybody's very busy and very tired. We will have refreshments in the cafeteria when this is over, so please join us in the dining room.
I think there's something at the cafeteria, but as I said earlier, we try to improve every year. Sitting next to our Miss Suno last year, she suggested one thing that we can improve on right away, which is to allow us, when we get to the cafeteria, to make sure that the reigning queen have a chance to be the first to be served. So while we go to the cafeteria, if you please allow us to be able to serve our queen first before others then join, I'll appreciate it. Is that okay, former Miss Suno? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Kareem, looks like we've got just about a wrap on this. And once again, many thanks to everyone who participated, especially our courts who came from our sister campuses, Southern University of Shreveport, Southern University and A&M College. Thank you very much for being here this evening. We enjoyed you. And also the past Miss Sunos who were here this evening. Thank you very much, lovely ladies. We appreciate your being here tonight as well as the support of the Southern University system. We definitely appreciate your being here. And I think that a lot of people are ready to go and maybe enjoy a couple of refreshments or two.
I think they are. I echo all of your sentiments, Eddie. And I was so blessed tonight because so many of our students had inspirational quotes, and many of them were from the Bible. I would like to leave you with this one this evening. Trust in the Lord with all of thine heart. Lean not to thine own understanding. In all of thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Be blessed as you go. Good night.
Oh, yeah. And before everyone leaves, we'd like to sort of acknowledge, 365 days in a year, and we've learned that this day belongs to Ms. Howard. She's celebrating her birthday. Let's join in with us, and let's wish Ms. Howard a very, very happy birthday.